Kenya boasts a booming construction industry, which is a key driver of the socio-economic development and job creation as well. So how then do you get into the construction business and the e-commerce bit of it? I am Nancy Nalima. This is the GroundBreaker podcast series powered by TechSex Africa Digital. Today on the program, I'll be speaking to Jagedo CEO James Ayako, and we'll be talking about the construction business. Welcome.
Thank you.
And construction has many facets to it. There's a construction worker, there's where people go get the products, there's the hardware. So where in construction does Jagedo focus on?
Thank you for having me. Jagedo is trying to focus on all these facets. We are setting up a digital shop where you can be able to come to and interact and have access to fundis, professionals, hardware, and contractors. We are trying to focus on this because if you look at the entire African construction industry, leave alone Kenya, there are a lot of gaps. There are people losing money, people even losing time. Life is short. Why spend on doing a project for 10 years and then it collapses? So we're trying to ensure that time, value, and even money is saved. So Jagedo is owned by Sasricom Limited, which is registered with the National Construction Authority of Kenya. We are pursuing partnerships with the authorities to be able to ensure that we are able to construct safe, quality, and even budget-friendly infrastructure in Kenya and even beyond. Yes.
Right. So for anyone watching right now and they want to put up a building, perhaps their own house or for commercial purposes as well, what then do they need when they come to Jagedo?
Jagedo is providing the digital access, the window, the door where you can be able to access all these service providers. So for you to get to Jagedo, right now we are a web application. We are on our second version web application that is due for release in November, mid-November. So by Googling www.jagedo.co.ke, you are able to get us. So the platform is device friendly or device responsive.
Right.
It can be able to adjust itself whether you have a tablet or a phone or a desktop. So long as you Google us, and we hope that in 2025 we can be able to roll out a mobile app. So we are a young platform, and we look forward to the future.
So if I come in then as someone who wants to put up a building, I will get a fundi, I will get a store, a hardware where I can buy equipment for construction as well.
So you are guaranteed because these are people that personally I and even the team have worked with in our experience. I have over 7 years experience now in engineering and even construction. So along the way, we've been able to identify certain service providers in construction who do great stuff outside there. And the question is, how do we connect people to these service providers so that they can also offer the same service provider that they offered to us? So we have currently, we are verifying, we are continually verifying the service providers that we have on the Jagedo platform. We have 1,500 service providers. Most of them are fundis. Close to 1,000 are fundis, with the others being professionals, contractors, and even hardwares. So we've had an interaction with users for the last 1 year. The first version was just a simple sign up. So we hope that by the end of this year, we can be able to roll out the second version in November, where you can be able to access the service providers in this platform.
How did it come to be? You have a background in civil engineering. Is that where the dream originated from?
I knew I wanted to be able to do something. I'd sit in class in our years at University of Nairobi class of civil engineering 2017. During that time, a lot of the times we'd ask ourselves, most of our lecturers are learned, they would spew a lot of formulas, serious formulas, but we are not able to do an expressway ourselves. We are not able to do an SGR
There's a
ourselves.
gap somewhere.
There is a huge gap. So I just had to find a way, and I'm finding that way. I haven't found it uh, to be able to bring people together and resources so that we can be able to achieve a lot by 2030.
Put everything together. How did you get the construction workers, the hardwares? Who did you first approach, and how did you navigate all that?
Uh, the people that I first approached that would really ask me for jobs are the fundis. Those are the people that, because they are in the informal sector and there are many. So the chances for them asking you for a linkage, because they've demonstrated what they do, was high, and that's the case. So I started with a spreadsheet just for my own working, so that if I go to a place, it would just be easy to implement. Yeah, so I started with the people that I came across, and also for the professionals, it was easy. I had classmates, and I also had mentors who I demonstrate what I was thinking. At that point was around 2019, 2020. It was just an idea that was in my head. I'd tell them and they'd be interested. If you bring a job, we can be able to manage it together. Yes.
Since it's e-commerce, it's on the internet. There's still some people who would want a personal appeal when they're buying equipment for construction, or they're looking for professionals to work with. So have you found it hard to work with people who are still keeping up with the trends that are changing?
It's an e-commerce platform. So technology, especially technology in construction, hasn't been adopted like other industries. The technologies that we've adopted in terms of serious equipment and machinery like excavators, cranes, but we haven't focused on using the e-commerce to prosper. So I saw that as a gap, and we decided let's get in. And the challenges are there, and there are issues around people being swindled money over the internet. The internet is scary, especially for the old folks, who are most of them are clients.
And how has it been just breaking into the market? Have you had clients or customers who were dissatisfied by the products or the services that they acquired, and how did you deal with that?
We've had clients we've promised a fundi will be able to come, but somehow a fundi doesn't show up, or we've had to now refund the funds. But those are the few cases, and we are trying to understand why, because we are trying to understand why certain things do, because most of our service providers, they weigh. So we are trying to come up with level service agreements where we can be able to be committed to timelines and even budgets and even quality.
Do you check the partners that you're working with that indeed they're professionals?
Yes. So in Kenya, we have authorities or agencies that certify the service providers. These are fundis, professionals, and even contractors. For fundis, we have agencies like NETA. We also have agencies, TVET institutions, who are churning out qualified fundis. But again, outside there are fundis that who are really good, but they do not have the certification. So we want to be able to work with these agencies so that they can be certified. Every service provider that's in our platform is certified. For professionals, like case and example, me being an engineer, we have graduate engineers, we have professional engineers, and senior engineers. The law allows professional engineers and not graduate engineers to undertake jobs. So some of the rules within our platform is a professional engineer is the one who will be able to work to execute a job together with a graduate engineer. So because we're instituting a mentorship program so that an engineer or an architect, a professional engineer or an architect can be able to work with a graduate or even a trainee at who is still in the school. So this is still not in the platform. That's what we are working on. Right. Yes, but the requirement is any quote that is done by a professional is done so that he or she comes with a graduate. Also for contractors, we have the National Construction Authority that has different levels, different classes of certification that which are of different values. There is NCA 8 all the way to NCA 1. So we are working, we are seeking also, we are pursuing also National Construction Authority so that we can be able to support these contractors that especially that are coming up so that the people, the contractors that undertake works outside there are verified because there are a lot of projects that are being done with non-contractors, right. And that's a real problem.
So it's not enough that you're a good fundi. The certification is very vital for even public trust as well.
Yes, yes, yes. And but unfortunately, even people with certificates still do not are not you find that may not deliver. That's the gap that is real in the market. You find someone a dropout in for a class 4 dropout, not form 4, a class 4 dropout, who doesn't know even how to express him or herself, is able to do a quality workmanship compared to someone who's done a certificate. And I think that's why even the government is trying to introduce CBC, because having a certificate doesn't guarantee doing quality work.
Output.
Yes.
And the construction industry in the country, it's booming. The real estate construction is everywhere. People are complaining of skyscrapers. They're going all the way up. So there's definitely a lot of market. There's a lot that you could take advantage of, leverage on. So how is Jagedo? How are you playing it in all this?
We agree that the opportunity, there is a lot of opportunities outside there. But what we are advocating for is more of planned construction. A lot of the construction that are coming up right now are being done haphazardly. So there is no planned. The Vision 2030 that we had, probably we are not monitoring the progress that we have. At Jagedo, we are fronting most around 5 SDG goals. That's around water, energy, partnership for goals, and even sustainable communities and innovation. So we want we just don't want, for the sake of having because we have a contract, probably next to a riparian. Now we do it because it's money. I think we need to be aware of our actions, because it will really impact the people that it's coming after us.
And for any civil engineers, people looking to get into the construction industry, what are the basics that they need to understand before getting into this industry?
It's good to prepare to have the right education, but the market is dynamic. We have really good engineers, but you find that we are not exploring the fullest potential. So what I encourage, so long as you are able to do a lot of research and always having a critical mind, to always asking yourself questions and how you can be able to improve and better people's life. So that what separates you from the others, rather than trying to fixate your mind on, I have to get a good job in a good construction company. It's looking in your inner self to be able to deliver. Engineering is about doing great stuff.
Engineer at home.
Yes, they call me an engineer. It's prestigious. But yeah, but we don't let it get into our head.
Right.
Yes.
Point to note.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, that has been James Ayako, who's the CEO of Jagedo, which is a construction e-commerce business. And that's it from us here today. Thank you so much for tuning in for the Groundbreaker podcast series powered by Take 6 Africa Digital. Let's keep the conversation going across all the social media platforms. And until next time, goodbye.